Let's go ahead and jump into the reading and get the messages for you for today. All right, Six of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Justice card, Eight of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. When dealing with aspects of your life, different areas such as work, finances, dealing with other people, it's best to listen to that small, still voice, High Priestess, inside of you, your intuition. Because when you listen to your intuition and you follow your first mind, a lot of people tend to doubt themselves, and they tend to, you know, a lot of people hear that small voice telling you, don't do this, or go about it this way. And you may actually say, you know what, that sounded good at first, but you know what, I think I'm going to go right instead of left, for example, right? And then when you go opposite of what you originally were going to do, because your intuition was telling you that, you end up regretting. So this needs to be a nudge to you and a sign to you that moving forward, you need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to your High Priestess energy, because your intuition is not going to steer you wrong. If something doesn't look right, it's not. If something doesn't smell right, it's not. Okay? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it is a duck. All right? It is what it is. You have to be able to find, that's where that balance in your life that may seem a little off is going to come from, by you listening to your first mind, following your intuition. Okay? Also, too, a lot of times when you do listen to your intuition helps lead you toward truths that you need to embrace. The truth may not be something that you want to, listen to. The truth may be something that you are trying to avoid, but the truth is the truth. And sometimes the truth does hurt. But please, because also, too, when you do that, you get to see about, people that are not good for you to have in your circle. Listening to your High Priestess energy, your intuitive side, can help you to walk away from people that are, some of you may find you're dealing with combative people, people that are trying to steal your joy, people that are trying to one-up you. And in a case like this, with people that are not good for you and that are poisonous, the best revenge is to walk away. Your best form of justice / revenge is to walk away. Like Beyonce said, always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper. Okay? There's going to be a time these very people who may have tried to bring you down and do you dirty are going to be the ones that are going to need, they're going to need you before you need them. That's going to be that justice. That's why it's very important to listen to your intuition when it comes to certain areas in your life, especially when it's dealing with a Five of Swords kind of energy from people and from situations. Okay. King of Wands, the Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Cups, King of Cups. Right. I like that pull. It's very strong. I'm getting a very strong, powerful energy from it. When things go good, things go good. When things are happening, when things are falling into place, when you're feeling very in control of things in your life that you need to feel, it feels great. You feel, you feel prosperous, you feel abundant, you feel rich. Okay. Rich does not always mean actual, tangible, physical money. It can. But being wealthy and being rich means feeling good, having good connections, good relationships with family, with friends, with lovers, with your spouse. There's nothing worse than being in situations where you feel drained and you feel constantly depleted. You don't want this. That's why when High Priestess tells you to move away from this so that we can have this and this and be in King energy, that masculine and control energy. Emotions are good. Emotions are in check. You're not all over the place. You're not feeling horrible. Your stomach ain't hurting, etc., etc. You're in control. You're able to, make the calls that you need to. All right. That's where you want to be. You want to be in that energy of things are going good for me. Things are going great. Having that more peaceful life is always a good thing. Being at peace. Love being at peace, y'all. Page of Pentacles. The Devil, Page of Pentacles. Hermit. Four of Swords. And Knight of Swords. Okay. When you see that there are things you need to change, habits, being around certain people, the attachment that you may have to certain toxic people and certain toxic things. When you see that that's kind of where you're heading, it's always good to kind of take note of it and do your best to work on removing yourself from that situation. It's always best to work toward, moving away from devil type situations. So with the devil, what the devil card is representing is, you have connections to certain kind of habits that aren't serving. You have connections to certain kind of people. You're kind of chained to something. You're chained to a feeling. You're chained to a habit. You're chained to a behavior pattern. You're chained to people that are raggedy as hell. All right. The thing that's great about the devil energy is if you look at the card, the chains that are here around the necks of the two here, they're not binding let's just say you put yourself in this picture. You could just take your hands and lift this chain, put it up over your head, and walk away from things. But sometimes things just look so good. Things look so fun. People feel comforting even though they're not. And it's time that you need to kind of turn your back on that and focus on things that are going to benefit you. Be responsible for the world that you live in. Because from how I look at things, I don't see people as victims. We all have control over situations. Do bad and unfortunate things happen? Absolutely. But you have the power to learn from that and change things. Even if there's a situation where you feel like, oh, I could not have helped that happening to me. Okay, that's valid. You can feel that way. But also, too, don't linger in it. You have the power to move forward. If something bad or unfortunate happened to you, work through it best as you can, but move away from it. Start focusing on things that are actually good, that are actually will bring more light into your life. Okay, here we have a darker background. Here we have the bright yellow. To me, that means sun. So you can turn away from the things that are keeping you in a dark space and turn toward and focus on something that's going to make you happy, that's going to fill you with warmth and joy. Okay. With the Hermit card, there's some things I feel that you need to kind of look a little bit closer at, kind of go inside and do some soul searching and really figure out, what's next. What is the direction you're going to go now? And also, too, I feel like there needs to be more of a restorative phase for some of you. There needs to be more rest. Some of you are not resting. Some of you are kind of burning the candle at both ends. What is that noise? Oh, I'm sorry. Those birds outside my window. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you can hear that. And with Knight of Swords. But yeah, I'm sorry. So with Four of Swords, this is a restorative period. This is a period, this is a time where, you can go ahead and get yourself together, get your mind right. Rest. Some of you are overworked. Some of you are doing too much. So relax, take time to recharge. Because also when you're rested, you can think better. You can figure out how to move away from devil energy type of situations. And also, too, I feel like with the Knight of Swords, there needs to be movement toward something that really, you need to move toward what is you need to move toward something that is good for you mentally. This one is really, I'm stuck on this one. What is the Knight of Swords meaning? Clarifying card for Knight of Swords. What is it that they need to move toward? Many cards, please. Strength. Okay. Okay. As you're moving away from the devil energy, okay, because here you got the Page of Pentacles. There's the back turning from the devil. So as you move away from, as you're moving forward, as you're moving forward away from the devil energy, you need to find something that's going to help you get through it with the strength card. You need to find that strength in whatever way it is. You could find the strength while you're resting, something could come to you. While you are spending time with yourself and being reflective, that's going to come to you. What the strength portion of this is going to come to. It's going to click and you're going to say, boom, okay. Just like I said with the High Priestess energy. High Priestess falls in line with, I feel, the Hermit, because this is something that you're, High Priestess is your intuition. It's the intuitive nod you get. It's your first mind. So a lot of times when you're by yourself, when you're in your Hermit energy, you're able to sit with yourself. You're able to think to yourself. You're able to sit and say, okay, I need to do A, B, C, D, and E. You can make plans while you're resting and in that space of just kind of being centered mentally, etc. Okay, so as you're moving away from the devil energy, focusing on things that are better for you, you'll be able to find that strength, because everybody can be a little weak, especially when you're trying to break away from people and habits and bad things or negative, toxic things. And sometimes, even though it's bad or it's negative, it can be comforting, because something that's habitual, something that you're used to, is comforting, you know? But being, just because it's comfortable does not always necessarily mean that it's the best for you. So as you're moving away from this devil energy and like I said, resting, having time with yourself, whatever it is that strength, whatever that strength is that you need to help you with it, to move away from it, you're going to discover it. And that's what you should move toward, is whatever it is that brings you the strength to better yourself. That's what you need to go ahead and move toward, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get some more messages for you. We have Claw. Wreath. And Apple. Okay, so be careful. Do not take risks, Claw. The Wreath, sorrow over a loss. And Apple, temptation will test you. All right. I don't want to do this one. Let's do this. Okay. So with Claw, be careful. Do not take any risks. So right now is not the time for you to step out of any kind of boundaries. Right now that you are, if you have something that is solid and set in stone at this moment in time, stick with that. Right now would not be a good time to take any risks necessarily. So just stick to what you know, stick to what is safe, and move in that way. Wreath, sorrow over loss. Some of you may have lost someone in the family. You may have lost a friendship. You may have lost a relationship. So just deal with that, especially with that. I feel like right up underneath the Claw, this is not a time. That's another reason why it says to be careful and don't take risks, because with sorrow over whatever loss it is that you possibly may be having, your mind is not going to be processing things correctly. And with Apple, temptation will test you. Well, that could be why you're having sorrow over loss, because you took a gamble somewhere. Temptation will test you. Some of you guys you bit the apple, you took the bait, and now you're in a bad place. So as with everything else, it'll work itself out in time if these things do apply to you. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get final words from the Moonology Oracle. Know you are loved. Be humble. Take a breather. Cool your emotions. Speak your world into being. All right. So above tongue tie. Above all, know that you are loved. Know that you are loved by your family, your children, your close friends, your loved ones, your guides, your angels, your deities, the all. You are loved. Okay? Always know that. And be humble. Some of you may have been getting a little cocky. If this is the case, reel it in. Bring it on in. Because sometimes being cocky will get you in a world of trouble. And sometimes it is good to, as Kendrick Lamar would say, sit down, be humble. Okay? And take a breather. For some of you guys who are doing a lot, relax. Remember we had the Four of Swords here? Okay? Take a breather, relax, get your mind right, reset, recharge, etc. Cool your emotions. So for some of you who may be a little riled up right now, a lot of things going on, cool your emotions. Think before you speak. Don't let your emotions rule outcomes. You take control of your emotions. You handle that. You are in control. Your emotions are not. So whatever's going on, you're all wound up. You're tight. You're ready to swing. Take another thought about it and don't do anything that you're going to regret the next day. And speak your world into being. I love this. This is journaling. This is manifesting. This is speaking affirmations. This is writing things down, changing the way you think. You want certain things to be a certain way in your life. You want your manifestations to materialize and come to fruition. Start speaking your world into being. Okay? All right, everyone. That is the reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I do look forward to seeing you guys at the next one.